Hi, hello, and today is a video about erotic photography. Erotic photography as an energy resource. I haven't been for a really long time. And this is going to be a quite short video. I'm so happy that people, especially couples, are coming in and asking for erotic photo shoot. Couples would like better intimacy, okay, more experience, and of course to have memory about how they were young, how sexy they were, how hot they were, and how their body looks. Okay, and this particular time, I would say just 5 minutes ago, I was talking with a couple, and the lady went through breast cancer, you know. So you see, people are brave now to do nude photography and erotic photography after illness. Okay, maybe it's a confidence boost, maybe it's the way to prove that they are still beautiful, okay, they still matter. But I believe it's all about love. Okay, they love their partner so much that they would not want to limit their intimate life, okay, after illness. You see, for women, when she has no breasts, it's kind of scary, okay, and it's kind of they feel unworthy, maybe not so beautiful and not so sexy. You see, because men usually are interested about these parts, right? And when you have a cancer, breast cancer, and they were removed, okay, you of course can have fake ones, right? Another surgery, but it will never replace, it will never change the way you are, okay? So I am just saying it is very easy to do an erotic photo shoot when you are absolutely healthy, when you have a perfect body, okay, and when you have a partner who you love and everything is fine with you, okay. I believe that people are really brave when they coming and booking an erotic photo shoot with their partner when they after surgeries or after illness, okay, when something happened to them, right? So it's not the first time now for me, okay, to work with people, okay, with couples who go through this experience, okay, and I believe that erotic photography helps, okay, helps to overcome this lack, okay, lack of what there are major parts are missing, especially for women, okay. Imagine, I always think about this, okay, because you see, imagine woman without the breast and imagine men without the balls, okay, that's kind of a situation, you know. In both situations you would feel different about yourself, okay, and you would want to go back, but it's not possible, okay, it's not possible to feel the way you are. And she's saying this to me, that I have my 2 breast removes and I always think that I'm too late to do an erotic photo shoot. I should have done this before, okay. Seriously, that's what people think, you know. But I say this way, that there is always the right time for these things, okay. And even she was perfect before the operation and before the illness, she didn't need that much. Now it's a different case, right? So I am shooting erotic photography and I am in adult business since 2005, okay, and more people come after illness, okay, after something happened to them, okay, and I see more people like that, braver, okay. Before, I would just come across erotic models, adult models, or people in fitness who have a great physique, who look great, who are confident in front of the camera, okay, who knows who they are, and it's easy for them to perform, okay. But now I see that people come after therapy, okay, after therapy. so that they would create erotic photo shoot and feel beautiful, okay, and get their confidence, body confidence back, and prove to themselves that they can, okay. And that's something what I just wanted to say. It's great, okay. It's great that I can help people who suffered a lot, okay. It's strange. I wasn't, I was just on the call, you know, and I wasn't like, oh, I'm really sorry that this has happened to you, and, you know, and so on. I wasn't like that, okay. I was into erotic scenarios, and I was into details about what they shoot, how they shoot, and so on, right? But in the depth of my heart, of course, I'm feeling sorry. I'm feeling sorry that people going through such experience and having such challenges, okay. And I also want to congratulate men who are next to the woman who experienced cancer, and you see, they still love them, okay, cherish them, okay, and want to have erotic fantasies, you know, taken in front of the camera. And like I say, you know, for some people it's the first time experience when they create erotic photo shoots, okay. And this guy was saying there was never another person in our bedroom, so he says I will be like nervous in terms of a performance. And I agree that, you see, when I'm shooting erotic photo shoots with couples, it's kind of a threesome. You know, it's there, okay, because I am that third person who is participating in their make love energy vibration, okay. Not only that I'm participating, you see, they have a certain vibe in there, and they have a rhythm, and they escalate their energy, and I am going step by step with them to the climax. That's what I do. Okay, so yeah, so it is a very unique experience. It is very special for people, and like I say, today I get more and more interest from couples who actually had something, you know, going on in their life, like some serious experiences and challenges in their life, okay. It's not only, you see, when people speak about erotic videos and erotic photo shoots, they would think about the porn industry. The word porn I learned here on TikTok. I learned here on TikTok, so you would think that that's why they need this, or that's why they would do it, okay, just for porn. But when I have couples like that, okay, who come out and they say, we're gonna do this surgeries, and we're gonna do this, and, you know, she will have no breast, and so on. They're doing it not for porn, okay. They're doing it for themselves, okay, to go to another level, to reach another level in their couple's intimate life, okay. It's like a new phase for them, okay. And it doesn't have to be something drastic like that, but usually couple go into crisis, okay. And what I mean is into crisis when the intimate life fades, okay, when it is boring, or it is very familiar, okay, or just people become friends. And what that means, friends, the friend reflects a certain energy when you do not have a passion and desire for each other, you know, friend zone. When people live like, you know, neighbors or brother and sister, you know, in the household together through the years, right? It happens. I'm really happy when couple maintain sexuality, okay, and maintain the intimacy and the bond. And when I see these couples, I see them straight away. It's written on her and his face, okay? It's just written on their face. They have kind of a satisfaction and trust and deep connection with each other, you know. But also there are couples who are very deeply in love, okay, very deeply in love, and they don't have a desire, okay. The thing is that physically, what is that? Physically, you see, it is the body and our mind go into a lockdown because it is hard to desire something what you already have. You understand where it comes from? Right? So I, on my channel, saying hello after a long break. Okay, I just was away and I'm coming back, and now we'll be talking about people creating erotic photography, erotic scenarios, erotic fantasies on camera and on film. And of course, while I'm discussing any kind of topic which related to intimate connections, energies, and art, right, you can ask me questions. And now, because I can see there are some people here, I would say hi. Okay. So hi, hello, and thank you for joining. Not gonna say who is joining, but thank you so much for joining. Probably it's late now. Hi, hello. Hi, hello, and if you have a question, I can answer one. I can answer one question about erotic photography. Yeah, who's first? Okay, there are some people in here. Love your accent. Thank you so much. My accent comes from Lithuania. Lithuania. Okay. If there will be no questions about erotic photography, okay, in 5 minutes I'm gonna finish this. Okay, because it's also late here. I am based in UK and I'm translating from London. Okay, but for some reason I have an American account. And you know, it just accidentally happened. I don't know how it happened, but I don't mind to speak with people in US. I don't really care to who I speak to. I believe that everyone needs to know the information about intimacy, erotica, photography, how to create it, what people feel, how they doing it, why they doing it, what are the reasons, okay? You know, there was a really long time I was thinking, what are the reasons? And every time I would find the new reasons, okay? So today I spoke with the couple and the reasons were birthday, okay, anniversary, right, celebration, and doing something to remember, to memorize, okay, forever, right? I told them that this is not a photography or videos they're doing. We will create an energy, a certain energy level that it will help them help them. We will preserve this, okay, so then they would want to feel younger, they could watch this type of portraits, okay, shooting body portraits, okay. I do start with the headshots, okay, because there are a lot of people who never been in the studio before, and they would appreciate to have a good portrait. So sometimes I start with the portraits, and very often couples would like to have a boudoir shoot for her, okay, so that the woman would have a photo shoot, and then the husband would join, and we will create a couples photo shoot, including dressed, semi-nude, nude, explicit shots, and of course adult scenes, adult games, okay. I call them make love scenarios, okay, not using words which would compromise this channel. Yeah, okay. So if we have you partake in that, this is a very, you know, there was no life without such question, okay. There was no life, okay. So how you imagine that I will take a shoot, you know, create the shoot, direct the shoot, light the shoot, post the shoot, right, set up everything, and not gonna participate? That's already enough participation. You know that after that you need to edit 3 or 7 days. You also in that shoot looking and watching how people, you know, were doing. That's also, you know, constant. So that kind of a participation I do. But you see, imagination and a certain certain scenarios, and always men ask this question. Okay, always men ask this question. They imagine this. Okay, that the photographer. Okay. You know, the photographer is also, you know, how to say, taking a pictures and participating at the same time. And this came from in general from the industry standards, okay, because majority in adult industry are men, and they do participate. I have noticed just you know, what can I say? That it's not happening? That's exactly where it started, okay? Yes, in adult business, people who work in this business, they use and abuse, okay? Abuse models. They participate, yes, right? But that's why the woman comes into this industry now, okay? So that balance these things out, right? And I do have men as well, photographers and videographers at my studio, but because a lot of people looking for women now, you know, preference, maybe they feel more secure with the woman, maybe they feel more safer with the woman, maybe they feel more take care of, okay, with the woman, maybe they feel more relaxed with the woman. For sure, when they shooting with the woman, the husband, you know, happy because his wife or his girlfriend or his partner particularly pleased and happy, okay, because not only that I can advise her, okay, about her looks, about her outfits and stuff, they need that help, okay. I can also be that neutral person, you know, so she would not feel, you see, when there is a man and shooting a woman, sometimes woman is excited and turn on about this, but sometimes not. Okay, so if you are in adult business, shooting with the men, photographer, videographer, okay, could benefit you, okay, because you both turn on and you can develop that sexual energy, right? But when there is a couple wants a safer, you know, situation, and husband don't really want some, you know, bloke looking at her vagina. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they choose the woman. Okay, so let me just quickly go back to the questions and we will finish this live, because sometimes when I start lives, you would not believe this. I would sit here on TikTok for 1.5 hours. Okay, let me just see. Oh, my screen is so not clear. Okay, no, like, do you feel like you miss out when you watch? When I'm shooting, I'm not in the studio, you know. So, have you done something so deeply connected to something, so passionate that you are in a different zone? You see, I go so much into a creative mode that I do not remember what I shoot. Can you imagine that after I have all the files, I have to go and check what kind of the photography and videos I've created, because I just shoot into atmosphere and I'm not there in the studio. That's how much I can connect with the source, you know? So you think I'm thinking about this? No, I'm absolutely in a creative mode, okay? Because you see what I'm doing. Energy and a sexual energy, it's a resource. Okay, that's why people, when they use it, they stay young, okay? And when I say they stay young, okay, you can look at me and I can tell you that my oldest son is 29, okay? And in adult business, I'm 20 years already. And before I studied medicine and I stayed 10 years in medicine, okay? So, how to say, I'm totally in a different zone. Right, that's why I will be talking about erotic photography and I will be developing your minds, okay? because then you will connect with people easier, you will connect with your body easier, you will be more confident and more you see, when people vibrate in a negative energy, right, negative energy, it's not sexy. Okay, when you are scared and nervous, you can be sexy. These are two different energies. Sexy energy is confidence. Okay, and when you do not have this vibration, you do not have that confidence, people don't see you, you know. So this is all about the energy. And when people are nervous, anxious, scared, shy, depressed, embarrassed, whatever they feel, this is all negative energy, and they can't be, okay, at the same time confident or sexy, because sexy and confidence is a positive energy, right? So that's what we work on, okay, and that's what we concentrate on. Okay, let me just go back to the last question. How long does the photo shoot usually takes? Well, normally I shoot 2-3 hours to create a certain content, okay, right? But depending on the project they want, okay, sometimes people have grandiose ideas that when I think, oh my God, I think I need a day to shoot it. Okay, so my shoots are between 2 and 3 hours. I don't want to work more, okay, on this topic, because I put my energy, right, and I'm tired after 2-3 hours. Okay, the reason why I'm saying I'm tired, I move around a lot. Okay, I do 1,000 squats. Okay, my cameras are heavy. I can't do it, longer. So that's how it is, 2 and 3 hours. And then I push them around and move them around. They are tired. Okay, but there are people. Okay, there are people, and like I say, there has to be a responsibility on their side. Okay, always people think that depends on me, but actually it depends on them, what kind of the experience they have. Okay, so I'm shooting till I have great results. And sometimes people cannot start sexual energy, they just blocked. They are not able to be sexy, they are not able to create. Sometimes there are couples who come in a critical, zone. They are not together. They think that they're together, they live together, but they cannot, connect and create a spark. It's not sexy, it's not hot, there is no sexual energy. They can do it, okay? But doing, it doesn't make these things right. When you watch porn, okay, that's when you're doing. But I can tell you, I was shooting porn and I was shooting normal people, and I'm choosing, my preference is to work with the real energy, okay? When there is no agenda on money or on fame. When you shoot couple who would like, to make love and have great memories, try risky things, try dangerous things, try new things. Okay, that's why the couple is doing it, right? Because everything is so used to, familiar and stuff. They need to boost. They need to boost themselves. They need to grow mentally, psychologically, emotionally, and physically. There are blocks everywhere. When you put the camera on, you can feel it in your body. You just can feel it in your body. You shoot yourself, you will see. Bring someone and have a make love scenarios, and you will see. It will start wobbling inside of you. Right, okay, let me just go back. What is there? How long does the photo shoot? I answer that. Or you just let it happen. It's a freestyle. It's a freestyle. Okay, so there are people who want to be led, right? And you can see straight away, that nothing is happening, and you tell them and direct them, okay? And so how I do is, there are people who are confused and lost, like children, So before we go on set, right, I'm explaining them what we are doing, what we are shooting now, okay? What is the scene about, okay? What she is doing, what he is doing. I am showing where they're starting, where they're meeting, how they're meeting. Very often I have to demonstrate this because they don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So I pretend that I'm her, okay, and I'm being with the husband, and then I pretend I'm him, and then I'm being with the wife, and both to see how I move, how I act, how I perform. Then they copy, and then not only the copy, I always say create your own. This is how I would do this, okay, and I change, right, and that's how it goes. So that's kind of a majority, right? But there are people who don't need any direction. They just hot with each other. They're just unstoppable. And sometimes you will be very surprised. Okay, sometimes it's seriously surprised me, when I see the couple, and I could think that, oh, she is very conservative. She is like a tough cookie, so on, and then she's ripping her clothes off, jumping on the husband, and then just smashing him. And I'm like, seriously amazing. So you will be surprised. It's the energy, which transform people when they let them be free. Okay, so that's how it is. So both. Okay, yes, this is my lips. Okay, thank you so much for being here for a little bit with me and participating. I would let everyone go. Philippines. Hello from the Philippines. Philippines, hello. I have a special bond with Philippines because, when I was starting my social media business, that's what I was turning into Philippines. Okay, and I think they created me an American account, which is so funny. Right, so hello to Philippines. Okay, a lot of people work in admin, and I hired them from there. Okay, I love that phrase. You just said she's tough cookie. Maybe, I don't know. If I say that, great. You see, I'm not on the script. I just free flow chit chat situation. Okay. So yeah, different people when they look, they look one way. When they in sexual mode, intimate mode, everything changes. It transforms, okay? And I don't have to prove this, okay? Does your girlfriend or wife radiates after orgasm? Okay, people change during sex. They are, it's how to say. It's just happy. It's just satisfied. Okay, it's just like absolutely. And when you do not have it, you are stressed. You are aggressive. Not like that directly aggressive, passive aggressive. Okay, and you annoyed. And there are a lot of negative, vibrations coming into your body just because of that, right? And of course, there is a very big loneliness factor, okay? And for US, this is going to be a factor number one. That's why probably I come to US. Now it just makes sense. Now it just makes sense why I came to translate there, okay? Because I need to change that information, okay? And I need to change that state. So what is my goal is this. Okay, what Julia will do here in the world, she will show all the art that she already created, that she's been hiding and avoiding to do, right? But that's already time came, and she will create galleries, erotic galleries online, or I would exhibit, and when people will go to see these galleries, they will get so motivated, turned on, inspired, lighten up, and there will be more intimacy and more babies on this planet. Yeah, that's what Yulia will go for. Okay, so thank you so much for staying with me. Lovely to have you all. I've been like really long time off. Okay, I've been like really long time off. I just had that transformation inside of me. Okay, but I can tell you, maybe this is the time, because I would load this video later. I'm chit-chatting with you, and of course I would cut it into the pieces and I would use it for social media. But I can tell you what erotica did for me, or what art did for me. Last 5 years, past years, I went through a lot of experiences, and maybe I would say challenges. Okay, and those challenges consisted of, I had a brain tumor, I had a broken spine, okay, my partner died, and I had a bad head injury, okay, and all of that I've able to overcome and fix through art and through art energy. I refused all the hospitals and everything, right? You understand how powerful that is? When I'm looking to other energies and I use those energies, people who are healthy, okay, that's the beautiful resource. That's what I did, okay? So that's why it is important to have it in you. You see, sexual resource or sexual information is in every adult. It's installed in you. If you're not using it, okay, then you're not living. Okay, we know that sexual energy is related with money, with wealth, okay? With money, with wealth, if you practice this, I can tell you, it will happen for you. Not only that you will be healthy and overcome a lot of things, of course you're not going to be lonely too, right? And so that's how it went. You see, you can do a lot of things, okay, with your sexual energy resource. Okay, not only photography and videos, no. Actually, it's a mechanism which is a healing mechanism. That's why women need to meet a man and they will never be ill if they have a proper sexual connection and vibration. Different couples reach different levels, okay? I believe that it's unlimited. I believe that intimacy is like an Xbox game, okay? And there are lots of levels to go through, okay? When you play this game, I never played, okay? But my children, who are not children anymore, but they did, and that's how I would associate this, okay? That's how I would associate. So there are lots of levels to go to. And last, what I could say is this, okay? You see, we came into this planet through one energy source, which is sexual energy source. That's how we were made or created, okay? That's how we entered this planet. And this is exactly the way and the source and the resource how to leave this planet, okay? Something to think about it. People think that there is no way to escape. No, there is. Julia found the way. Okay, and I will be talking about this more and more. You will understand why it is so important. Okay, and for now, I am saying goodbye. I'm saying goodbye. I can see more people are here. Lovely to see you if you see me, and I will be coming live. I will be coming live soon. If you have any questions towards erotic photography, erotic videos, erotic scenarios, erotic fantasies, and creating erotica, you can ask me, right? Anything. Also, you know what I do? And this is a therapy, okay, situation. But I also experimented with couples and with models. Okay, and the most popular fantasy scenarios are threesome, okay, 2 male, 1 female, or 2 females and 1 male, and also cuckold fantasy, okay, when we invite a male model, right, when we invite a male model and the husband is watching, okay, that's something for you to think about. What Julia does in her studio, okay. Right. Cannot wait to hear you next time. And you will. And you will. And you will. Okay? Husband watching you and her. Husband watching you and her. Well, you can say this. Okay? You can say this. In general, I can tell you, right? Cuckold fantasy. It depends on the model, right? And it depends on a couple's preference. Okay, there are 2 scenarios there, right? There are models who don't want a husband close, participate, and there are couples who don't mind, okay, who don't mind. But most of the time, husband is watching, okay, husband is watching, and they get stimulated this way, okay. And I am shooting, of course, wife with the model, okay. So the fantasy, or in general turn on, is about how to say that he is sharing his wife, okay. Where it comes from, this fantasy, in general, erotica, it's a repair, it's an emotional psychological process, okay, and it's a repair. In the childhood there was some damage done, okay, and very often you would fantasize certain things, okay, and that's how you choose, for example, corn scenarios or corn content which to use, right, or to watch. And very often the erotical or erotic fantasy repair happens very cleverly in the mind. It gets negative energy or negative scenario gets converted into the positive and controlled scenario. So in terms of the cuckold fantasy photo shoot, most of the time there was a time when he was watching and he was not able to control the situation. Imagine he is in love with the girl and he cannot get it, she is with someone else, so that is a trauma situation, right? But erotica, how it repairs is that now he is choosing, okay? He is telling, he is in control, he is watching, okay? He is able to, how to say, he's not that boy who's standing there, and not able to do anything, right? So that's why these cuckold fantasies are popular, because there were a lot of boys like that. Okay. And yes, I believe, you see, when it comes to erotic fantasies, and when it comes, I believe, you see, when it comes to erotic fantasies, and when it comes to, sorry, it was frozen. I have to finish this. Let me add this. Wasn't planning to speak so long about erotic fantasies. My phone is dying. Let me put this for the next day. If you want some questions answered, I will tell you 360, okay? I will tell you. At the moment my phone is dying and it's late. Okay, it's just late in UK. Right? But I appreciate you joining, and I appreciate you saying hi. Okay. Cougar. Cougar. Yes, I understand this word. Okay. English is my fourth language. Okay. English is my fourth language. So if I do not understand something, okay, and I will ask you to rephrase it, please do that. Yeah. Love your hair. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. I love. Okay. Good night, my darlings. Okay. Good night, my darlings. It's nice to be back. It's nice to talk to you. And of course, I should dedicate more time to encourage people, inform people, and of course, give them hope, right? Give them hope how to get a greater life. You see, when you go and look, that some people are so much tasting it, enjoying it, okay? You do not understand where the resource is coming from, okay? Where to take this, how they can feel this way, how they can find these opportunities, how they can go and live it to the fullest, okay? That's where it comes from. It's installed inside you. You just need to understand how to extract it. Yeah? Good. So now I kiss you, love you, mean it. Bye. Okay, I think this is the way.